children of the information age.
Talks between the government and
Modern life is full of impressions. Fiction and reality are often hard to keep apart. How can we find our way through this information jungle without falling prey to illusions? And how can we help our children to maneuver safely in this seemingly chaotic world? Teaching of science and the scientific method develops and sharpens the ability to be critical and not to accept everything at face value. It opens the mind and also satisfies man's primeval curiosity. From time immemorial, the desire to understand the world that surrounds us has been the driving force behind the oldest science, astronomy. The way astronomy is performed and its many scientific achievements may teach us to reason and let us sense the grand pattern of nature of which we ourselves are part. Astronomy is a most diverse human endeavor, with many links to other sciences such as physics, mathematics, chemistry, and the geosciences. It's concerned with the recognition of our distant origins and future prospects, as well as with the specific location and restricted extent of our niche in space and time. These are all problems with profound philosophical implications. The recent successes of astronomical research would not have been possible without the recent great advances in the associated technology and methodology, from improved optics, electronics and detectors to new computer techniques. Astronomy is indeed a modern science of great attraction to young people all over the world. Nevertheless, the teaching of astronomy in European secondary schools has undergone many vacillations during the past decades. In several countries, it's at the most taught at a very rudimentary level. In others, some of its elements are scattered over several subjects. It's rare that an overall holistic view is presented. Such was the background for the workshop on the teaching of astronomy in Europe's secondary schools, which was held at the headquarters of ESO, the European Astronomy Organization, during 4 days in late November 1994. It was part of the second European Week for Scientific Culture, an initiative by the European Commission. More than 100 physics teachers from secondary schools in 17 European countries met with education specialists, active scientists, and personalities from industry and culture. The goals of this meeting were bold: to establish a united basis and to point the way towards a thorough reformation of astronomy teaching in Europe. Before the hard work began, everyone had the opportunity to meet at an informal reception at ESO.
By extrapolation of this law, we can derive from it that if the law...
The first day of the meeting was devoted to recent astronomical research. Scientists engaged in some of the hottest fields of astronomy and astrophysics presented the current state of knowledge. The fact that astronomy is a very lively and also a very modern science was repeatedly demonstrated.
At all. And now it's no longer so trivial to say that nature is built of particles, space and time. Space is every bit as real as mortar and bricks.
But astronomy can also serve as a natural stepping stone into many other areas of human knowledge and activity. This was the message of the second day, which concentrated on industrial applications of astronomical hard and software, as well as the wide-ranging cultural and societal aspects.
By Galileo, by Newton, by Laplace, even by Einstein.
Many an argument of the stimulating lectures was carried into the coffee breaks during the day. Then the teachers themselves took over. Working groups were formed, one of which dealt with teaching methods and means. Other groups discussed the present and future curricula in the various countries, and a more technically oriented group looked into the possibilities of setting up a Europe-wide computer-based astronomy teachers network.
I think that it has been a useful experience for all the teachers who have taken part, both from the scientific and from the teaching point of view.
I feel that the 4 days have been a very interesting reminder to me of how fascinating astronomy is. I think it's been a great chance for people from different countries to share their experiences. And I think we've made a very positive start to the idea of putting astronomy into a whole Europe context.
It was high time for a meeting like this to take place. I should like to emphasize that the Greek delegation was very impressed by the support provided by the European Southern Observatory. All participants were most enthusiastic. We have learnt a lot from this meeting. This workshop provided a unique opportunity for the participants to exchange views on how the various elements of astronomy can best be utilized within the educational schemes of the individual countries, both as subjects in their own rights and in support of many other items on the teaching agenda. A declaration about astronomy teaching was unanimously approved, with specific recommendations to European ministries of education and leading to a Europe-wide debate on astronomy's place in future school curricula. As another important step, it was decided to found a European Association for Astronomy Education, open to all individuals involved in the teaching of astronomy in Europe. The new association will work towards holding its first all-European Congress in 12 months' time. The workshop became the first and very visible part of the new effort to stimulate and modernize the teaching of astronomy and astrophysics in European secondary schools. True to the ideals of the European Week for Scientific Culture, this event was a forward-looking initiative, the outcome of which will strengthen the scientific culture of our continent.